At the start of my aesthetic body journey, when I was in that bulking phase, I followed the conventional advice from bodybuilders saying that your diet is fine as long as it fits your macros. So what does that mean is that you can eat anything you want as long as you hit your calorie goal. And I followed that advice. It worked. I got the weight that I was promised. At that time, my goal and my progress was determined by how much weight I gained. So I didn't look at the mirror much. As long as I'm gaining weight every single week, then I'll be happy. I ate anything that I wanted, and at that time I was still struggling from like a food addiction, like addicted to like junk food, sugary food, cakes, desserts, bubble tea, everything that you can name that is unhealthy. I was addicted to it. That didn't help, like me listening to that advice. And after a while, after a few months, this is a huge thing for me because I have never ever seen this before. Love handles start to show. Like for the first time in my entire life, I was skinny my entire life. For the first time, I actually saw like fats around my hip area and love handles, and it was so like unappetizing for me. And then most of all, like my face started to bloat up. I was getting a semi-double chin. I just couldn't respect myself. I was like, oh my, what the fuck is happening? I then learned that eating whatever you want, if it fits your macros, might not actually be optimal when it comes to being aesthetic. Maybe it could be optimal when it comes to like strength, because I'm pretty sure my strength did increase like quite a significant amount, but it didn't align to my goals. I started because I wanted to attract girls and to look good, and me having that bloated face, love handles, I didn't look good whatsoever, and I didn't like it. Interestingly, I started dating like my current girl in that period that I had a bloated face. So that's so interesting that she liked me in that period when I was like fat, and I wasn't even fat. Like I still had a somewhat visible six-pack, but it's just like for the first time in my entire life, I saw love handles. So that was very like, it was very new to me and I didn't like it at all. But now, like I think recently she just told me like, I couldn't even believe that I was attracted to you last time. You're quite ugly. Like she said that word for word, and I agree with her. Like I felt ugly and I didn't have as much confidence as I have right now. If you're a skinny guy and you want to build your dream aesthetic body, click the first link in the description right now. It'll be the best investment you ever make. Just check it out, see if you're a good fit. In that bulking phase, I ate like anything I wanted. McDonald's, KFC, Korean barbecue, buffets, cakes, snacks, sugary food, everything that you can name, I ate it. It wasn't like 1-2 meals, it was like 4 meals a day till I was like full. So you can imagine how much calories I was eating. I've never ever tracked any calories in my life, so I don't know like the exact like macros and nutrients that I was eating, but I could tell you that it was definitely more than like 3,000-4,000 calories a day, maybe even like 5,000 honestly, like on some days. And it wasn't a very good phase, put it that way. I thought it was normal to gain fat during like the bulk. Obviously, like you know, like they say when you bulk you gain like some muscle, some fat, but my fat was like increasing a lot. I think my body fat increased quite a lot during that period until I drifted off to Muay Thai. I started like doing Muay Thai, and then I had a fight coming up, so I had to like cut down. And after like a few weeks of cutting and eating a bit healthier, my face leaned down significantly, like a lot significantly, even though like my weight didn't drop a lot. So you can imagine like I just cut a lot of that bloated, fatty look just because I just ate a little bit healthier. Like I didn't lose a lot of muscle mass, I didn't lose a lot of weight. Maybe I went from like 72 to like 68, around there, 68, 69. I think most of that was fat, and I didn't lose much muscle mass. Like I was still in shape, you know. And then right now I'm trying to bulk again because I've stopped like the Muay Thai, I stopped fighting, and then now I'm trying to like slowly bulk up again. And my face is still lean right now. Like I don't eat a lot of carbs, I don't eat like I cut down a lot on sugar. So you can tell like my face is quite lean right now, and I have a visible six-pack. The message that I'm trying to get across is that eating shit food is not good. Yes, it may be good for like your progress in the gym and seeing the weight scale go up, having the cope of like your bulking, but then that weight is not the weight that you want. It's extra fat that you have to cut off later down in the journey. So why not just bulk up in a healthier way and save that hustle for your future self to not have to cut down at all? Like you would love that, right? To just like gain mainly muscle only and no fat. If you are so in love with sugary treats, then yeah, you can like sacrifice like a few fats and then cut it down like later down the road. But if your goal is just to get an aesthetic physique quick, then you don't have to go through that phase of cutting. That is what I want from you. And I'm not saying that your diet should be 100% clean, and if you eat something bad then you're a bad person. That's not what I'm saying at all. I still eat like junk here and there, maybe like once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, but it's very minimal. Right now I would say if you can start with like 50-50. 50% clean, 50% junk. And then the longer you've been on this journey, then I expect you to actually cut down the junk way more, because the consequences of sugar and junk fried food, they're actually quite detrimental to your health, like your body as well as your brain. You can look into the science. If you can look up this video, Fat Chance 2.0, that's a very insightful video about how sugar is actually causing obesity and causing like all these health problems that we have in this modern day. When you do eat junk, don't cope and say that it's for your bulk. Just admit that this is a bad habit that I'm trying to cut out, and if let's say it's more than 50% of your diet, then that's probably not so good. The method to bulking without actually gaining a lot of fat along the way is just to clean bulk, try your best to eat healthy foods. You know what is healthy and what's unhealthy. Like you can look at a plate and immediately know like, is that actually healthy or not? So don't cope and be like, oh, but I don't know what's healthy and what's unhealthy. Just use your intuition. If I showed you like a plate of chicken, broccoli, rice and potatoes, you'll probably think like that's relatively healthy. And if I showed you a plate of 2 fried chicken, a burger, as well as a milkshake, will you think that that's healthy? You yourself have the intuition to know what's healthy and what's unhealthy. So don't cope, just admit to yourself this is a bad habit that I'm trying to cut out. And when you have like a night out with your friends, or you have a girlfriend that invites you, you're like eating dinner, lunch together, and she orders like the dessert, bro, go have a bite. Enjoy life while you're on this journey. Just don't be indulging in it when you're alone or when you're not with people, because that's when it becomes an issue. When it's like a social situation and then you wanna try it, go ahead, bro. Like don't be the one weirdo that it's like, oh no, but then I have to stick on my clean diet and I don't wanna cheat on my diet. Like that's so lame. Like don't be like that. I went through the phase of eating whatever I want and I suffered the consequences of it, but luckily I noticed it quickly before like it got to a bigger problem and then I had to cut even more fat. I want you to skip that phase of not having to cut and to like notice that, oh my god, I'm getting too much fat. Once again, if you're a skinny guy and you want to build your dream aesthetic body, click the first link in the description right now. Trust me, it'll be the best investment you make, just for like that price and the value that you're gonna get achieving like your dream results with me. Step by step, I'll guide you there. It's gonna be a night and day difference for you. Trust. Thanks for watching.